I'm in Sheffield. Let's go a wee swag to the glass house. Okay, works for me. I'm not climbing. It's the bear bum.